Hey all, today we're taking a look at the new 5-star DC series speed loader. Let's get into it. Now if you like this content, like, sub, shares, all that good stuff, I really appreciate it. Also down below, coupon codes and merch to help support the channel. So today we're looking at the newest offering from 5-star. For those that don't know, their original speed loader looks like this. And they come in different colors. That's why I got mine in green. And it is a turnstile knob speed loader that operates a lot like a lot of speed loaders, right? So you put it on your rounds, right? Which they sent me this cool block, which I've actually found quite useful, especially for doing stuff like this. Put on the rounds, turn the knob, right? Locks the rounds in, and to release into the gun, you would put it into the cylinder, turn the knob, and they release. Right? A couple different companies have done designs like that. I like the 5-star because it's small profile, but the new speed loader is something completely different. So the new speed loader is a button style release. So basically, it has a button right up here that you would insert in and squeeze the button, and that releases the rounds. So pretty cool design, and today we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give my thoughts on it. These things are really nice. As far as I know, the whole thing's made out of aluminum. I'm sure some of the internal parts are different, but the body is made out of aluminum. And durability wise, it has held up great. So you can probably see here, there is several little nicks and scratches, right? Little dings in it. And that is because I've been out in the desert testing this specifically in a quarry, or an abandoned quarry, I should say. That is basically, the ground, if you will, it's not really dirt. It's more like sand and gravel and rock and everything else. So when you drop this, it takes kind of a beating, but it's holding up quite well. And the other thing I was curious about was dropping it in the dirt and gravel and all that is, would this mechanism get jammed? And I'm happy to say it does not get jammed. Even multiple drops, no issues, no breakage. It worked pretty good. Overall, I think the design is pretty cool. You see a lot of different ways for dropping rounds with a speed loader, whether it be a turn knob, which is probably the most popular, or a push, push in to release. I think this is the first one I've seen that actually has like a side mounted push button, but I kind of like it. So I'm going to take a minute and show you how to use it. So you can either feed the rounds in individually and then just squeeze this and let it go, and it'll lock them in. Or if you have a loading block like this, you would just line up the loader, right, like so, and then I just squeeze the button as I let it fall down onto the rounds, right? You pick up the rounds like so, and then I'll have my little Colt Cobra here that I have to demonstrate, which is what I've been practicing with this, right? And usually what I'll do is I'll hold the loader like this. Now, something I will say, probably one of the things that this greatly would benefit from, if you're carrying this for self-defense, is having it in a pouch. Some kind of pouch. There's a ton of different designs out there. Just a pouch that you can have it oriented, so when you go to pick it up, you can pick it up right like this. So when I'm gripping the speed loader like this, I basically can go, insert, release, and just like that, the gun is reloaded. I will say with practice, I think this is probably quicker than a turnstile knob speed loader. Obviously, these are still good, but if for absolute quickness, I think with practice, this might be a little bit quicker. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with this little speed loader. You don't see much innovation nowadays in speed loader design. There has been a couple new companies that have kind of popped up, like the Packmeyer Abomination. And honestly, they just kind of redesigned the same thing, where this, as far as I know, this is the only speed loader on the market that has a side-mounted push-button style release like this. One of the things about this design is I think it's kind of a cool medium between, say, a Safariland style where you push the rounds into the chamber and then this pushes back and releases, and say an HKS style where you turn the knob, or the original 5-star where you turn the knob, in the sense that with the HKS, right, you don't have to get the rounds all the way seated down in. You could just, you could have them on the very edge and then drop them in, right? Whereas Safari, and that's a little bit slower because you then, you have to usually then turn the knob. Whereas with the Safariland, you don't have to turn a knob, you just have to push them all the way in and then release. And depending upon how your grips are set up, depending upon how everything works, may or may not be easily accomplished. I have some guns that cannot use Safariland speed loaders because for whatever reason it just can't get the speed loader in far enough to the cylinder to get it to release. Where with this, I can have the rounds just barely touching inside the cylinder, hit the button, and it loads in no issues. So definitely a cool design, definitely something I'm glad I got to try out. And again, I'd like to thank 5 Star for sending me both the speed loader and the loading block. But yeah, put down below what you think of this design. Is this something you're going to try out? Have you already tried one out? If so, what do you think of it? Put down below what you think, and have a good day.